on our backs. Let's start on our back. You know, I like that. So let's lay down. All the way down. Your knees can be bent if you like that. Or you can have them extended. Whatever feels good today. Close the eyes. Let's start to settle into our practice. Start with a nice deep inhale, filling up the belly. Then exhaling through the mouth, sigh it out. Inhaling again, a nice long inhale. And sigh it out through the mouth. And coming to those nice, even breaths. Calming the mind. Trying to exhale any distractions. Taking that scan of your body, like I like you to do, to see if there's anything that needs some extra love. Take care of it, be mindful. Remember, yoga should never hurt. I want you to push yourself today to your edge, but don't go over. Throughout the practice, I'm going to go a little bit slower today, not much, but I want to show a few modifications on things so that later down the road, I won't have to say it. You know where you need to go. To make every pose perfect for your practice. A few more breaths here, lying on our backs. Relaxing. Finding some inner stillness and peace. If they aren't already extended, extend your legs out to the top of your mat. Your feet should be hip distance apart. Bringing that right leg up to the sky, grabbing behind the thigh, and then holding it there for a moment. Then peeling your shoulders up off the mat, bringing your nose towards your leg. Nothing major. You don't have to touch your nose to your leg. We're just getting warmed up. Tummy in. Then relaxing those shoulders back down. Releasing the leg and bringing the left leg up. Grabbing behind the thigh. Holding here for a moment. Then peeling your shoulders up off the mat, bringing your knee towards your nose, tummy in, breathing here. And then releasing those shoulders back down to the mat, opposite leg. This time going a little faster, going right up into that knee towards the nose. Releasing that leg down. Taking the left leg up, bringing your shoulders up off the mat, then releasing that leg down. This time keeping your hands on the mat, lifting that right leg up and bringing your shoulders up off the mat. Crunching that belly, keeping that tummy in, lowering back down without using your hands. Lift up the left leg, peeling your shoulders away from the mat. Tummy in, Releasing back down. One more, right side, lift that leg up, peeling those shoulders up, little crunches. Then releasing that right leg down, going for your left leg up, peeling off the mat, coming towards your leg, and releasing it down, up. Bringing your soles of your feet to the mat, bending your knees. Taking a rest here for a sec. Releasing that lower back. Raising your right leg up to the sky, sole of the foot facing the ceiling and flexed. Turning those right toes out towards the right wall. Releasing your ankle down on your knee for reclined pigeon. Staying here if this feels good. Otherwise, if you want to take it a little deeper, take your right hand through that triangle that we created, grabbing behind the thigh of your left leg, or grabbing in front of the shin of your left leg, peeling your shoulders off the mat. Right foot is flexed. Left foot does not have to be. Breathing here, hugging that formation a little closer. And then releasing the shape down to the mat. Reaching that right foot up to the sky, and then the sole of the foot goes down to the mat. Other side, left leg lifts, left toes out to the left wall. Left ankle rests on the right knee, figure 4 or reclined pigeon. Staying here, we know each side is different. Seeing where you are on this side. Or you can go further and grabbing that right thigh behind the thigh or in front of the right shin. Again, left foot is flexed. Breathing. Hugging it in a little closer. And then releasing everything down to the mat. Bringing that left foot up to the sky. And then releasing your left sole of the foot down to the mat. Taking your hands behind your thighs, do that rock and roll, many as you'd like, until you get up to a comfortable seat. However you'd like to sit is perfect. Crisscross, applesauce, or whatever. Taking your hands to heart center, perhaps closing your eyes again. And breathing. Setting an intention for your practice. Always remember, it's Monday, Motivational Monday. Monday is a day of beginnings, right? New starts. It's a day where the week is before you and the possibilities are endless. So let's make this a good Monday, okay? Inhale your arms out and up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhaling your arms out and up. Going for those side stretches. Left hand to the mat, right fingertips reaching. Breathing here. Inhaling both arms up, taking it to the other side. Nice side stretch. Left fingertips reaching to the side wall. Breathing. Inhaling both arms up, taking it back to the other side. Side stretch. Left fingertips are reaching. Chest is open to the front. Then you're going to take your chest down towards the mat. So you're looking down at the mat. Fingertips are still reaching. Feeling a nice side body stretch. Bringing your chest back to the center, to the front of you. Inhaling both arms up. Taking it to the other side. Left fingertips reaching to the side wall. Then moving your chest so it's going down towards the mat. Really reaching your fingertips. Both sit bones are grounded into the mat. Inhaling both arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhaling your arms out and up. Then bringing them out to cactus, really squeezing your shoulders behind you. Inhaling them up again. Then squeezing your shoulders for cactus one more time. Bring your arms in front of you so your forearms touch and your palms touch. Breathe in here. Really separating those shoulder blades. Really pressing into your palms and your forearms, making sure your forearms, your elbows are lifted. Then releasing it to hands, heart center. Rolling over into your tabletop, making any adjustments you need. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Nice neutral spine. Inhaling, dropping the belly, gaze is up for your cow pose. Exhaling, rounding the shoulders, tucking the chin, navel in, cat pose. Do a few more with your breath. Taking it as slowly or as fast as you'd like. No right or wrongs here. Any other organic movements you'd like to take, warming up the spine? You can do circles with your whole body. Just make sure if you're going in the left direction, make sure you go back in the right direction. Everything stays even in yoga. You want to wag your tail. Perhaps wagging your hips to the right, looking over your right shoulder. Wagging your hip to the left, looking over your left shoulder. Whatever feels good, wiggle it out. When you're ready, come to a neutral spine. Inhaling your right leg back, sliding it back on the mat. Then sliding it out to the side. Walking your hands back towards your body. This is what it'll look like. Coming up to kneeling, gate pose. Taking your hands to heart center. If this bothers your knee, you can always fold your mat or bring a blanket or a towel in. Inhaling your arms up. Then taking your right hand to that right leg that's extended and reaching those left fingertips over to the side. Breathe in here. Inhaling both arms up, hands to heart center. Bringing your hands back down to the mat and scooching that right leg underneath you back into tabletop. Extending your left leg back. Then taking it out to your side body, foot is on the floor. Walking your hands back towards your body till you come up to kneeling. Hands at heart center. Inhaling your arms up. Then reaching that left hand to that left leg. Right fingertips over the body. Reaching to that side wall and breathing. Really trying to keep your chest open so you're not dumping down. Pressing those hips forward. Breathing. Inhaling both arms up, hands to heart center, then taking them down to the mat and bringing that left leg back in underneath you for tabletop. Widening your knees out to mat distance apart. We're going to sit back for child's pose. Reaching those fingertips forward, moving mindfully and slow, forehead to the mat. Breathe in here. Really feeling that nice stretch in your low back. Breathing into it. relaxing into it. Remember, child's pose is always available. At any time you feel like taking a rest. The inhalation brings you back up towards tabletop, leaving your knees right where they are going into Cobra. So bringing your hips, dropping them forward. Chest is open up, crown of the head shining towards the ceiling. Breathing here, little back bend. Then pushing back into your child's pose. Take a breath. The inhalation brings you back up through tabletop into Cobra, keeping your knees again the same spot as they are, so they're wide as the mat. Really pressing through your hands, pushing your shoulders down towards the mat. Coming in, breathing. Then pushing back into child's pose, hips to heels. One more breath here. Last time, we're coming through tabletop, pushing forward into Cobra. Legs are always on the mat. Pressing through the chest, shining it forward. And coming back to child's pose, hips to heels. Two breaths here. Last breath here. And coming through tabletop, tucking the toes and going into your first downward facing dog. Nice long spine. Really pressing through all 10 pads of your fingers. Really separating those fingers as wide as you can. Pedaling it out. You can even bring like your right knee over towards the left side, like make a twist out of it. Whichever feels good. Bending both knees at the same time. Going up on your toes. Trying to press your heels into the mat. Make some movement. Always keeping your arms straight and extended. Shoulders are externally rotating as you're in your downward dog. And when you're ready, we're going to come to stillness. Inhaling that right leg up to the sky for your three-legged dog. Hips are still square to the mat. Then we're going to come forward slightly for your plank, keeping that leg lifted. Pushing back into three-legged dog. So here is where I'm going to show you modifications. If this bothers your wrists, you can always come down to your forearms. So it's dolphin. And then moving forward into forearm plank. If that feels better for you. There's options. You can always keep this leg down. You don't have to have it lifted. Coming back into plank. Then moving back into your three-legged dog, releasing the right leg down to the mat, take a breath. Again, tabletop can be your friend here if you need it. Down dog isn't your thing. Doesn't have to be. Lifting that left leg to the sky. Keeping those hips square. Easy way to remember is flexing your left foot, and the toes should be facing down towards the floor. Keeping your hips square. Moving forward to plank. Again, modify if you need to. Come down to tabletop if plank isn't your thing. Pushing back into three-legged dog. Moving forward into three-legged plank. Pushing back into three-legged dog. Come on, you got this. One more. Pushing forward into three-legged plank. Pushing back into three-legged dog. And releasing your foot down. Nice. Take a breath here. Pedal it out if you need to, some more. This time, really quick, lifting that right leg up and then bringing it forward for pigeon. Right knee to right wrist. Left leg is really long. Nice tall spine. Then walking your hands down towards the top of your mat. Breathing here. Resting your head anywhere you'd like, or leaving it up so you're on your forearms. But I really want you to try to surrender into this pose. Sending breath anywhere that's a little tight. This is bothering your knee. You always bring your foot a little closer underneath your body. Especially in pigeon, no two sides are alike. No two hips are alike. Breathing here. Surrendering into the pose. Trying to relax and soften those muscles. Feeling that nice stretch in your hip. Maybe your quad. Maybe your glute. Two more breaths here. Last breath here. Inhalation walks your hands back towards your body, tucking that back toe, pushing back to plank, and then just taking it to the other side. Left knee to left wrist, pigeon on the other side. Really extending that right leg. Bringing your body up so it's nice and tall. So you can really extend that leg behind you, like you're doing a half split. Then walking your hands forward, coming to relax down. Wherever you are is perfect. Breathing here. Surrendering here. Calming the mind. Being in this moment, taking care of your body. Don't let the mind wander. If it does, bring it back to your practice. Bring it back to your intention. Bring it back to your breath. Focusing on that inhale and exhale. Lips should be sealed by now from your Ujjayi breath that we talked about weeks ago. Relaxing down. Trying to soften those muscles that are tight. Two more breaths here. Last breath. The inhalation brings you back to your palms, walking them back towards your body. Once you get there, tuck your right toe, pushing back through plank and downward facing dog. Gazing to the top of your mat, baby steps. No hurry to get there, all the way to the top. Inhale once you're there, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale and fold. Bend in those knees, okay? Grabbing your opposite elbow for your ragdoll. Really letting your top body be heavy. Releasing your head. Shaking it side to side, swaying your body side to side if you like. Feeling that nice stretch in your back and your hamstrings. Breathing. Releasing your hands down to the mat when you're ready. Walking your hands towards the right side of your mat for a little bit of a twist, kind of like we do in child's pose. Sometimes we reach to one side. Then walking your hands back to center, then to the left side of your mat. Little twist. Knees should be bent. Then walking back through center, making your head heavy one last time. Fingertips to the mat that you can reach. Then bending those knees and rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing to rise. Nice. Once you get there, hands to heart center at the top of your mat. Inhaling your arms out and up. Exhale, fold, flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Arms reach out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhaling, forward fold again. Flat back. Touching the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Touching the shins. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale your arms out and up. Come to standing. Hands to heart center. Let's do that one more time. That's a half sun egg. So inhale your arms out and up. Exhaling, forward fold, flat back, slowly. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Hands at heart center. Beautiful, guys. Inhale your arms out and up. Keeping your hands at the top, palms touching. Standing nice and tall. Feet are hip distance apart. Gaze can be up or forward. Then leaning towards your left side. Go as far as you can. Really rooting through both feet. Inhale back up to standing. Exhale, take it to the other side. Breathing. Inhale back to center. Hands at heart center. I'm going to do that balancing star again today. I really liked it. So we're going to take our feet out to hip distance apart. We're going to reach our hands up to the sky like in a V. Palms are going to face forward. Take your left toes out to the side, still touching the mat. Really rooting through that right foot. Then you're going to tip to your right side, lifting those left toes. Balancing. You fall out of it, it's fine. Maybe going a little further, lifting a little further. And releasing it all down to the mat, hands to heart center. Wiggle and jiggle it out if you need to. This time rooting through your left foot. Taking your right toes out to the side, touching the mat. Reaching your fingertips up to the sky, palms are facing forward. Then lifting that right foot up, tipping to the left side. Keeping that toe pointed if you'd like. Going a little further. Lifting that leg a little higher. You got this. And bringing everything back down to the mat, hands to heart center. Beautiful. I like that one. All righty. Coming to the top of your mat, if you're not already there, hip distance apart are your feet. Sitting back into chair pose. So, checking out where your weight is. Your weight should be in your heels. Check that by lifting all 10 toes if you can. Sitting back in that chair a little deeper. Breathing. And forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands out and up, come back to standing. Hands to heart center. Taking your left leg, lifting it and stepping it back for your warrior two. So that left foot is going to be parallel with the back of your mat. Nice bend in that front right knee. Nice strong warrior. Shoulders away from the neck. Widen your stance a little, Relinda. And bringing your arms out to the sides. Breathing here. Then flipping that front palm and going into your reverse warrior. Left hand slides down your back leg. Right fingertips are reaching towards your back of your mat. Breathing here. Feeling that quad burn. Keeping that bend in that right knee. Then coming back up through warrior two. Breathing. Then straightening that front leg. Then going back into your reverse triangle. So left hand reaching down that left leg. Right fingertips reaching towards the back of the mat again. Coming back through warrior two. Placing your hands on your hips. Slight bend in that right knee, bringing your left foot up to the top of the mat. Come to standing at the top of your mat. Good. Inhale, chair pose again. Breathing. Weight in the back of your heels. Tailbone slightly tucked, tummy in. Trying to interlace your rib cage. Making it nice and strong. Nice long inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms out and up, come to standing. Hands at heart center. This time rooting through your left foot, lifting your right leg up and then setting it back to the back of your mat for warrior two on the other side. Getting your foundation right, reaching your fingertips out to the ends of your mat. Shoulders are down. Gaze is over that front middle finger, the left hand. Nice bend in your knee. Breathing. Bend into that front knee a little more, Relinda. Make your stance a little wider. Then flipping that front palm, going into your reverse warrior. So that right hand slides down that back leg. Left fingertips reaching overhead. Breathing here. Quad is on fire, I know. Breathe through it. Then opening up back into warrior two. Straightening that front left leg or triangle. Flipping that front palm again and going into reverse triangle. Again, right hand is reaching down that back leg. Left fingertips overhead, breathing. Coming back through warrior two. This time I want you to bend that front knee in your warrior two. Then taking both hands and planting them to frame your left foot on the mat. Stepping that left foot back to plank. Then lowering all the way down to your belly. Coming down to your belly. Right cheek to the mat. Hands by your side. Take a breath. And when you're ready, chin comes to the mat. We're going to reach our left hand slightly forward, I guess all the way forward. Bending at your right knee, grabbing your right foot with your right hand. Breathing here for a moment. Inhale, then exhale, lifting your chest and lifting that leg up off the mat, using your left hand to brace you in balance. Then releasing it down to the mat. Left cheek to the mat. Reaching your right hand forward, bringing your left hand back by your side. Breathing here. When you're ready, taking your chin to the mat, bending your left knee, left leg, sole of the foot is up. Reaching your left hand for that left foot. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale, peeling your chest away, lifting that leg up for half bow on the other side. Pressing your foot into your hand. Using your right hand as balance. And then lowering everything back down to the mat. Bringing both hands forward for a moment. Right cheek to the mat. Wiggling your hips side to side. If that brings you some relief. Chin to the mat. Bringing your hands by your sides. Bending both knees. Trying to grab both feet. Right foot grabs, right hand grabs right foot. Left hand grabs left foot. Inhale. Then exhale, lifting everything up. Legs and chest. Pressing your feet into your hands. Go into this back bend as much as you want. Inhale, lift a little higher. Then release down. Releasing everything to the mat. Hands by your side. Placing your hands underneath your shoulder caps. Bringing your chin to the mat. Pushing back up through tabletop, then into child's pose. Knees are as wide as you'd like. Forehead to the mat. Hands can be out in front of you, or you can have them behind you where they're touching your feet. Whatever feels good today. Taking a breath. When you're ready, come through tabletop. And then we're going to come into a comfortable seat, legs out in front of you. Feet are flexed. Inhaling your arms up, nice tall spine. Exhale, forward fold. Grabbing anywhere you'd like. Peace fingers on the big toes, shins, or just placing your hands next to your legs. Everything's fine. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, go a little further. Go to your edge, really feeling it, making sure you have a little micro bend in your knees so you're not locking them out. Sometimes I like to sway side to side. Two more breaths here. Last breath here. On the inhalation, you're going to walk your hands back towards your body. You're going to bend your knees, soles of the feet to the mat. Come up to the top of your mat. Placing your hands out in front of you, arms straight. Rolling down one vertebrae at a time till you come to your back. Keeping those knees bent. Taking the soles of your feet and your heels close to your glutes. Palms are into the mat. Take a breath. And then when you're ready, really pressing into the soles of your feet, lifting those hips up to the sky for your bridge pose. Walking your shoulders towards your heels. Really lifting and lifting, making sure your knees are right above your ankles. Really pressing into the mat if you need to. Making sure you're not crunching your neck. Your chin is only slightly tucked. And releasing down. Bringing your feet out to mat distance apart. Knock your knees together to make that pyramid shape. Releasing that lower back. Then bringing those feet back to hip distance apart. This time, if you'd like to interlace your hands underneath your bridge, go right ahead. Really pressing through the soles of your feet, lifting those hips when you're ready. Pressing that fist if you decided to go that way, underneath your body into the mat. Breathing and lifting. Lifting a little higher. You got this. And then releasing your hands if they're under you, putting your hips back down to the mat, hugging those knees in, swaying side to side, rocking it. Then when you're ready, take your knees over to your left side body, bringing your hands out to a T. Making sure both shoulders are still on the mat. If they are not, bring your knees up a little. They don't have to be touching the floor. You're still getting all the juicy benefits of this stretch. The inhalation brings your knees back through center and then taking them to the other side. Arms still out at a T. Or you can cactus them. We did cactus earlier. Breathing here. Bringing your knees back through center. Giving them one more hug. This is the part where I always say, hug your body and be grateful for all it did for you today. Then going into your happy baby, grabbing the soles of your feet. Knees are bent, rocking side to side. Taking any other movements that you may need before our final pose, corpse pose or shavasana. When you're ready, releasing those feet back down to the ground. Then extending your legs, feet mat distance apart. Placing your hands wherever you'd like on your belly, on the mat. Closing the eyes. Letting go for a moment. Finding some peace, some stillness. Making that body nice and soft, but heavy into the ground. calming the breath. Taking this last bit of stillness and sucking it all up. Now it's time to come floating back, making those micro movements in the fingers and the toes, bringing awareness back to the body. Reaching your arms up over your head, taking a stretch. Be mindful, rolling over to your side body, using your lower arm as a pillow when you're ready. And when you're ready, using that top arm to push you up and bring you to seated, wherever you want to sit. Take your time. Bring your hands to heart center once you get there. Eyes are closed. Every day is a good day. There's always something to be thankful for, to celebrate, to be grateful for, no matter how small. Happy Monday, my lovely yogis. Namaste. I'll unmute you. Give me a minute.
Good.
Good, good.
Good.
I liked it.
Good.
Thank you.
I had more planned and I looked at the time and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I better start wrapping this up. I could have gone, I was going. No, oh well. It's all right. I could see you, Raylinda, and that's why I was calling you out. Your warrior two.
Man, I got it.
What
I
happened?
feel like I always can't. I can't get those. Like those warriors really mess me up. Like I get so confused. I need
Okay.
help.
Okay, wait. All right. So we're at the top of the mat,
Okay.
and I told you to step your left leg back. You're bending this front knee. Your arms are out to the side, so it's out to the length of your mat. You're not like an airplane. The only way
Okay.
hips are square to the front of your mat is in your warrior one. Warrior two, you open up to the side of your mat.
I feel like my feet are like slipping out, like a lamb or something.
Okay,
Like they're too wide.
let me see.
Like
Okay, so your back leg should be extended, your back heel should be down, and it should be parallel with the back of your mat. that your left knee forward? Is that your left knee forward or your right?
My left.
Okay, so your left knee needs to be bent a little more. And I think you do need a little more space between your feet. It may feel weird. Your front toes are facing forward on that bent knee. Okay,
Like, pull out.
so your toes are facing the top of the mat. And then the back feet are parallel to the back of the mat. So you're kind of like a perpendicular situation. And then your arms are going to extend. Yes. So your body is facing the side of
It was
your mat.
funny.
You feel funny?
You and your uncle the whole time.
That's so funny. Yes, warrior too.
Like-
So that
Like my legs, are they supposed to be that far?
I mean, there are a lot of times where people are super far in the warrior too. I mean, they're
Okay.
they're down. I mean,
Okay, like low, like low.
you can get low.
I just feel so
As long as your knee is over your ankle, you can go as low as you want. A lot of people, whoops, a lot of people are more up here with it, but you can get your stance. I like a low warrior too, but you
I
just.
think that one, I gotta try that. I gotta try that one.
You just don't want your knee to go over your foot, over your toe.
Right,
Okay.
so when you are in the stance, I say, get your foundation right. When you're looking down at that bent knee, make sure you can see your big toe. Because if you can't see your big toe, that means you're dumping in. Your leg is, your knee is coming in towards the center, and you don't want it to do that.
You want to stay straight, right?
Straight.
Yeah. So let's see.
So always and you can always look on YouTube for Warrior 2, and it'll help you.
Look it up, man.
Right.
I kept looking, I'm like, what is she doing?
I kept looking back like, oh man, I'm really messing this one up today. Like, how do you put me at the end so you don't see me?
Well, I told you I was going to do this and start giving people stuff, but I was that Wendy Warrior 2, and I was like, I gotta say something.
I was an airplane, Tammy.
You were. Yes, you were.